213 teams have played in this season's UEFA Europa League, but just 8 teams remain. It's time for the quarter-finals. We've come to Lisbon and the beautiful Episodio for your next instalment of the UEFA Europa League Weekly, driven by Kia, for a mouth-watering clash between Portuguese powerhouse Benfica and the much-fancied Eintracht Frankfurt. And whilst I make my way inside to find our European football expert, here's a taste of what's coming up. It's access all areas in Lisbon as we take you behind the scenes at Episodio. Benfica star Jonas joins us for a Europa League Weekly special. And Daily Fantasy returns as we preview the quarter-finals. Up first, I've made my way inside the away changing rooms where our European football expert Kevin Hatchard is previewing the quarter-final for us. Kevin, great to see you. Let's start with Arsenal versus Napoli. Both big sides, both very good at home, but it's safe to say both struggle on their travels.
Well, if you look at Arsenal's last 2 knockout ties, they were poor in Belarus as they lost 1-0 to Bate Borisov. They lost 3-1 in France against Rennes, but on both occasions they were able to turn that tie around in North London. This time the dynamic's different. They're at home first. They have to make the most of that home advantage. What could concern Gunners fans is how easily Napoli were able to dismantle a very good Salzburg team in the first leg of their last 16 tie, and they resisted a fight back in Austria.
And Slavia Praha, they beat Spanish heavyweight Sevilla in the last round. Can they do it again and upset the odds against Chelsea?
Well, they've done terrifically well to get this far. It's the first time they've reached a European quarter-final since 2000, and I think the way that they got through against Sevilla will live long in the memory of their fans. However, I think this is the end of the road for them because they're coming up against the Chelsea side. It's been incredibly consistent. I think Chelsea will go through.
And the third tie, an all-Spanish affair. Which one is going to make it through to the semi-finals?
Both Villarreal and Valencia have had very strange seasons. Villarreal have been awful domestically, and yet in this competition, they exceed expectations almost every time. Valencia have drawn too many games domestically. They showed great fighting spirit against Krasnodar when they were moments away from going up. I think Valencia will go through.
It's fair to say Benfica have got a lot of firepower, but Eintracht have got some threats themselves, haven't they?
Absolutely. I mean, they have great quality all the way through the team, James. If you look at Luka Jovic and Sebastian Haller are so dangerous in attack. So Benfica have to be very, very careful how they line up defensively. But Benfica have great attacking firepower too. Joao Felix has come through the youth ranks and is one of the most exciting young players in Europe right now. And at the other end of the age spectrum, you've got Jonas, who is incredibly experienced, very clever player, and he can do some damage in attack too.
You mentioned Jonas. We're very fortunate here at Europa League Weekly to have a little special with the Brazilian superstar.
Sensação única, né? A gente sabia que nessa partida a gente tinha que marcar um gol para no mínimo levar para a prorrogação. Logo teve a prorrogação e aí sim fizemos mais 2 gols porque continuamos com a mesma intensidade e acho que o objetivo maior era esse, era passar para as quartas de finais, e foi uma noite bonita, onde todos desfrutaram e o Benfica saiu com a classificação, que era, como eu disse antes, o principal objetivo nosso. Todos foram para casa felizes, né? Não só nós jogadores, mas os adeptos também, e eu acho que foi merecida a nossa classificação por tudo que a gente demonstrou nos 2 jogos. A opinião dessa equipe, a gente sabe que é uma grande equipe, que tem grandes jogadores. Claro que coletivamente vamos ainda estudar muito o Frankfurt. E eu acho que o caminho é fazer 2 bons jogos para a gente passar para a semi, que é o objetivo também. Será uma eliminatória muito bonita, difícil, mas espero que todos possam desfrutar desse grande desafio, não só para nós, mas para eles também. E que seja 2 jogos fantásticos para que todos acompanhem e que o Benfica leve a melhor, né?
Now, back in the round of 32, Kia invited Eintracht fan Emma to be the official match ball carrier for her side's second leg fixture against Shakhtar Donetsk. Here's a snippet of what went on.
Hallo, mein Name ist Emma, ich bin 8 Jahre alt.
Wer meinst du, wer gewinnt?
Weiß ich noch nicht, aber ich hoffe Eintracht.
Und bist schon aufgeregt wegen heute Abend?
Ja, dass ich den Ball tragen kann und ihn übergeben kann und damit der Eintracht Tore bringen.
Kevin, I've seen some interesting characters at football matches over the years, but I've never seen eagles on the side of the pitch, especially that one in the middle. It's giving me the eye, like he's not too convinced of me.
Clearly a good judge of character. Yeah, we've got Luge, Gloriosa and Vitoria, and Eintracht Frankfurt have an answer to that themselves because it is the Eagles against the Eagles. They have Attila, who is at every home game that Eintracht Frankfurt play. Some magnificent creatures for a magnificent matchup.
At a magnificent stadium, and the pitch has seen some magnificent goals over the years, including one that I believe has won your goal of the round.
Yeah, and rightly so. It was a stunning strike that came from just over there. Alex Grimaldo, the Benfica left back, an unstoppable drive from long range that finally finished off the challenge of Dinamo Zagreb in the round of 16. Nothing the goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic could do about it, and that rightly wins my goal of the round.
Well, I think it's time we get out of here because Gloriosa is not looking at me in a Gloriosa way, I tell you. It's time for Daily Fantasy, and Kevin, it's fair to say some of your picks in recent weeks haven't gone according to plan, and our matchball carrier Emma did predict 3 Eintracht scorers in their game against Shakhtar. She's waiting in the wings to take over if there's any more slip-ups.
Showbiz, James. There's always a younger and better option.
Don't I know it, don't I know it. All right, what are your selections this week?
Well, I've started with a defender. I've gone for Andreas Christensen at Chelsea because the Blues have only conceded 4 goals in the entire tournament. He's been a big part of that. He started every single game this season in the UEFA Europa League. I've also gone for Arkadiusz Milik, the Napoli forward. He's looked razor sharp in the last 2 games against Salzburg, scored in both of them. One, a lovely move around the goalkeeper. The second one, an acrobatic scissor kick. And I've also gone for Eintracht Frankfurt striker Luka Jovic, only 21, having a breakout season. He's been phenomenal in the Bundesliga. He's got 7 goals already in the Europa League, including the winner against Inter Milan.
Well, let's hope your selections are right. The pressure's well and truly on this week. Before you go, have you donated your football boots yet for the refugee camp in Jordan as part of the Europa League trophy tour?
No, I haven't, but I can put that right now. I've made some world-class saves in these, so I have an emotional attachment to them, but I'm happy to give them up.
But if you're a goalkeeper, you're supposed to save with your hands, not your feet.
Yeah, that has been a problem.
I thought so. Thank you, Kevin. All donations go to the Zatari refugee camp in Jordan. If you'd like to donate, visit your local Kia dealership or Kia Facebook page for more information. Don't forget the trophy tour is going all over Europe, so check out Kia Home of Football for more information and to find out where the trophy's heading next. We've almost finished here in Lisbon, but before we go, here's to remember, to forget. Milik with a spectacular finish for Napoli. Aubameyang takes his celebration to a whole new level, Black Panther style. Although this was a superb diving header, Ongene might want to forget that it was in the wrong net. And Stojanovic will want to forget getting 2 of the quickest yellow cards you will ever see. That's it for the show. I hope you enjoyed the quarterfinals, and we'll see you in a few weeks for the final 4. Goodbye for now.